In grid position order then, Casey O'Gorman, the 2017 champion. Can he repeat the feat in 2018? Josh Bannister goes off P2. He's number 2, 8 years of age from Nuneaton. Emmanuel Brinton's been flying out in Spain testing recently. He rides the 93 bike. Dylan Mellor, he will be very strong this year, looking for honours. As will Ollie Walker, one of the most famous mini bike riders in the world, after 2.4 million of you watched him crashing at Tattershall last year whilst leading. Mason Johnson, he's back in the mix after 2 podiums at the final round last year. Next on the grid comes the very transparent James Cook riding the 44. Then Carl Payne, the 11-year-old from Thatcham, rides the 25. On the 69 bike, the 12-year-old from Ashford in Kent, it's Harrison Crosby. Then comes Thomas Gomez riding in MiniGP50 again this season. He's 9 years old from London. Ryan Hitchcock rides a 43, 10 years of age from Wiltshire. Then comes Eddie O'Shea. Smiler is on 114. He's 11 years of age from Leicestershire. Jimmy Parker obviously stole my glasses for this picture. He's on the 39 bike. Then comes Jaden TOOMER on the 106. Riding for TOOMER Racing, obviously. Lucas Brown is on the 29 machine, 9 years of age from West Sussex. Ivan Pendrill comes next on the 35 bike from Thames Ditton. Riding with Team 151 this year, it's Lewis Jones riding the 3 bike, 12 years of age from Walesby. Then comes James Rose Jr. on the 28 bike. He's followed by Tyler Watson riding the 4 bike, 12 years of age from Barnet, and the 20 rider grid is rounded out by Monty Amer riding number 62.
20 bikes on the grid. This is the moment we've been waiting for, MiniGP fans, and the Coolfab paddock. Your moment is upon us, and we're going to go racing now as they charge down to the hook. Oh, Josh Bannister has got an appalling getaway from his reputation. He's going to squeeze into, that looks like 9th place to me. So 8 bikes now in front of him when it was only 1. But Casey O'Gorman resumes his command at the front of the field.
Yeah, we just saw him have a bad start in the previous race, and he's had another one here. P2 to P9 by turn 1. That is not what he was looking for. And Casey O'Gorman, the 2017 champion, looking to start here where he finished off last season. And that is Emmanuel Brinton behind him. Brinton, as I said, during the last race, has been on fire in this class out in Spain. He is really on it, looking for a championship win this season.
Johnson's up to 3rd.
Yeah, that's Mason Johnson there.
Oh no, Brinton on the inside of O'Gorman. He's going to take the lead at the end of the first lap. Cracking move from Brinton. He got him out of the chicane and has taken the lead from O'Gorman. Johnson, that's Mellor in 4th position. What a start.
Fantastic. And Josh Bannister, just saw him flash through the picture there on the 2 bike. He's on the recovery trail. But that's
O'Gorman dives for the inside of Brinton. Oh,
that was close.
That was really, really close. That could have been a race-ending moment.
Brinton holds on. He has, as I said before, I'll say it again, been on fire out in Spain. He's really taken to this class. He came in last season in the 2nd appearance in the class at Wilton Mill last year, Jake. Remember, he was all over the back of the eventual champion, Casey O'Gorman, here in 2nd place. All over the back of him, eating his exhaust fumes during the race. He did crash out, but he took the positives from that weekend and knew he was going to be a player this season, and indeed he is, as he leads it from O'Gorman. The M&L electrical bike, the green machine, lean green machine there of Mason Johnson in 3rd place, with Dylan Mellor hounding him. So we've got 2 battles here for the lead, 1st and 2nd, then 3rd and 4th, and then comes this group of 5. As they come, that looks like Bannister, Jake. I think that is Bannister.
It is at the front of the queue. Bannister has come up to P5. Terrific ride.
Yeah, great recovery by Josh Bannister. He's highly experienced, and we've got another rider.
Oh, look at the shuffling in the deck.
Yeah, the shuffling in the pack. In the midfield there, you see Bannister's pulled out a nice, comfortable lead there. Josh Bannister, although he's still very young, I think he's 8, highly experienced, been riding bikes, I think, since he was 3 years of age. And he will know, even though he got a bad start, he will be thinking like this. I qualified P2. Okay, I've got a bad start. There he is in 5th place. He's pulling away from those behind. He's closing in on those in front. I qualified P2. Okay, I'm 9th by turn 1, but I've got all the rest of the race. I've just got to keep my head, don't let the red mist descend, and just work the gaps, and that is what he's doing. So you'll see him come into the picture underneath the drone here in 5th place, and he's closing the battle for 3rd and 4th. should see him come in
There he
sometime
is.
soon. That is the battle for third.
And look who's next. Tom Gomez has come up into 6th position. Thomas Gomez, who started P10, has got himself up into 6th position. That's a great start to the season from Gomez. He's another rider who's been improving leaps and bounds over the last few meetings of 2017. It looks as though in 2018 he's been giving himself a bit of a wake-up call. He's on the pace and he's putting off some cracking moves to get to the front of that little queue. Again, O'Gorman looks into the hairpin. Once again defended valiantly by Brinton, Johnson and Mellor. Mellor's not going for that do-or-die manoeuvre yet. This is where they're going to start to edge away, almost like they do in karting. They've got to work together, get away from the rest of the pack, and then start to battle. Particularly these two have got to work together to push away Johnson and Mellor, because the man chasing them down is Josh Bannister, and he is closing up big time. Look, there he is. He is catching them big style.
Yeah, Bannister can judge his braking on what the two in front are doing. And of course, these two, they are really battling. Rider down, we've got James Cook out on Spitfire Straight. There he is.
Not again. What a shame.
So looks like James Cook down
There
on
he
the
is.
44 as they go past him. We think that's who it is anyway. Can't quite see the number, but there's the two leaders. That's Johnson and Mellor, 3rd and 4th, and that's Bannister.
Look how
Clearly
much
see the two.
Look how much he's eating into that gap as O'Gorman goes for the inside line. Look, he was tentative there. He was thinking, do I go for this? Do I back out? At the very last moment, he decided, right, no, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to wait till we're in the traffic, and that's where we are now. Look at that. Brinton held up a little bit. Oh, and he's down! Brinton is down, and O'Gorman somehow avoids him. But Emmanuel Brinton trips over the back marker. What a disaster for the race leader. It happens from time to time when you're in the traffic. You're desperately trying to hold your position. This is how it happens.
His front wheels caught the curb, I think. We'll have a look. This is the shot from above.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Yeah, he's just gone over the curb. He's unsettled the
Oh.
bike. He's running to the back of the back marker, the traffic in front. It's similar to what Casey O'Gorman did last year. I think it was with Saffron Watley. Watch his front wheel, just goes over the curb.
Yeah,
there you go,
that's
he's just
what
unsettled the
displaces
bike,
it.
and then he's running to the back wheel, and he's lucky not to take down Casey O'Gorman there in 2nd place. O'Gorman just about makes his way past, has a look behind him now, so it's O'Gorman from Mason. Johnson is 2nd.
There
That's
goes
Miller,
Bannister
and
for
then
3rd.
Bannister for 4th.
Bannister
third
for
place.
3rd, and Gomez is holding off the attention for 5th position further back as well. This is brilliant. Suddenly this race has come alive at the expense of poor Emmanuel Brinton. There is your leader, Casey O'Gorman, making his way up towards McQuarters, and all of a sudden being held up in the traffic has given Mason Johnson a 2nd win. Look, he's right there.
Yeah, Johnson will have got closer, of course, but Casey was balked. He just managed to make his way past. We've got battles all the way through the field.
It looks like Hitchcock trying to make his way on the inside line and has got that move done. The 43, nice move from Ryan Hitchcock. Started just outside the top 10 and he's working his way forward, having a little bit of a scrap now. Now, we have heard that Emmanuel Brinton is still going, so he is going to try and emerge as far up the order as he possibly can, but that is cruel luck. From a distance, you could easily say, well, he ran into the back of the bike in front, but you have to look at that replay again to note that, well, it didn't quite work out that way. As you said, he just clipped the curb on the exit of the apex first, and that's what sent him into the back wheel of the back marker.
Yeah, it unsettled the bike just enough, and then he just caught the wheel of the back marker in front.
This is for 2nd place. Would you look at this? This is Johnson with Bannister breathing down his neck. A few laps ago, Bannister was out in the woodwork. Now he's got an opportunity to make himself up into the podium right behind O'Gorman. When these guys work together to push after Casey O'Gorman, Bannister could win the whole thing.
Yeah, Casey O'Gorman leads it. He's last year's champion. I spoke to his dad, John, earlier in the meeting, and I said, you fancy a double for this year? And he was very realistic, John O'Gorman, as Bannister looks down the inside but can't get that done at the moment. John was very realistic. He said, you know what, there's going to be 3 or 4 others.
Here he
and
goes.
Here they are. Bannister will be one that challenges Casey for the championship. Emmanuel Brinton, all right, he's crashed out in this one, but he's got to take the positives from it. He had the race lead. He'll be another one challenging. Mason Johnson is back in the game, as is Dylan Mellor. So John O'Gorman earlier in the weekend was absolutely right when he says, you know what, we're going to have to contend with others in this championship if we're going to win it, as we see Lucas Brown there looks like he's down on the exit of the left-hander. Casey makes his way past the 151 bike. That looks like Lewis Jones.
Oh, we've had another one down as well. Who is that's gone?
Is that Lucas Brown, I think?
I think that is.
Lucas
Oh no, that
Brown.
is still Lucas Brown recovering his bike on the infield there. But Josh Bannister, look at this. Johnson down the inside of Bannister. and MELLOR gets through that part of the apex as well. And I'm just trying to look back. Gomez is having a little bit of an issue with Ollie Walker at the moment. Walker has got himself back into contention. So they're just behind these guys. There we go. Gomez suffering at the moment at the expense of Ollie Walker. Walker giving him a real hurry up as they go over the line. Check out these three just duking away for position. Bannister, Johnson, MELLOR. This is great stuff.
Fantastic. This is the way I think it's going to be for the whole season. Casey O'Gorman's got a comfortable lead at the moment in this one, but who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the season. So that's O'Gorman on the 7. Bannister is 2. 808 is Mason Johnson, and then the 31 machine, the grey bike, here it is. That's Dylan MELLOR. MELLOR having a nice run. I said he will be a player this year. And indeed, it looks like he's going to be.
Brinton is making up ground. I think he's starting to get onto the back of Ryan Hitchcock, so just outside the top 10. Brinton is coming back for those who are interested. There's the 31 bike, the grey machine at the back of this trio. Dylan MELLOR, 4th position at the moment, trying to overhaul Mason Johnson. Here's the battle for 5th. Ollie Walker all over the back of Thomas Gomez. Two great riders at MiniGP50 level that are improving all the time. It's difficult to know which direction to look in. There's so much going on. Even this man, Casey O'Gorman, out in front and last year's champion, is not safe in the lead. He doesn't have a huge advantage here.
Bannister is closing him, Jake. Bannister is quicker than Casey O'Gorman. He's around 2/10 of a lap quicker. He's going to be on him before the end of the race.
Well, this is going to set up an incredible 2018 season. We've got used to 1 or 2 riders stretching out their legs out in front and dominating. We know that Brinton can run near the front. There he is, picking his way through the traffic. He gets on the inside of Tyler Watson there to move up another position on the road. He's almost being lapped by the leaders, but look at how fast Josh Bannister is coming after O'Gorman. Last lap.
Traffic on the last lap. This could decide
it.
it.
The race could change on a dial here.
He's been slowed.
O'Gorman has had to back in behind Tyler Watson there to avoid contact. And look at Bannister now. He's breathing his exhaust fumes.
Yeah, he's used the traffic. Josh Bannister get closer, but can he get past him? It may. Look, I think it's going to come down to the final turn, Jake. This. Look at Casey have a big look over his shoulder. And that's an invitation. And then immediately goes defensive.
There's 3 bikes in front of them as well. And one of those is actually Brinton. The other is Hitchcock. And look at this, Bannister trying to dive down through the inside of the dell onto the left-hander. He hasn't quite got the conviction to get there. He's going to have to try now down to the hairpin. That is where they're headed.
O'Gorman defends, goes narrow, forcing Bannister around the outside. O'Gorman down the inside of James Rose Jr. James Rose Jr. takes the back of Ryan Hitchcock. He goes down. Hitchcock lucky to get away with it. And Casey takes the win just from Josh Bannister in 2nd place. Absolute drama into the final turn. Very unfortunate for James Rose Jr. and very fortunate for Ryan Hitchcock, whose rear wheel was tagged, but Ryan managed to stay upright. Casey took advantage down the inside. Here we go. Let's have a look at the replay. You'll just see, there you go, James Rose Jr. as Ryan tips it in front of him. Just catches Ryan Hitchcock's rear wheel, but Hitchcock fortunate to get away with it. O'Gorman wins from Bannister, MELLOR, Johnson and Ollie Walker 5th. Casey would win all 3 races over the weekend. The 2017 champion starting on fire in 2018. Josh Bannister and Dylan MELLOR are tied on 36 apiece going around 2, with Ollie Walker in 4th on 34, Thomas Gomez on 32 points in 5th. Can anyone stop the Casey O'Gorman steamroller in 2018? Join us for part 5, it's MiniGP50 after the break.